Jarret Berenstein, guys. Let him hear it.
Jarret Berenstein.
Jarret Berenstein.
Jarret Berenstein, everybody. Jarret Berenstein.
How's it going, everybody? It's going woo? Gotta be honest, guys, I've been reading the news. I don't think it is going woo, guys. Like, maybe it's going woo in here. I don't think it's going woo out there. Maybe it's going woo out there for a very specific 77 million people. Well, I don't think any of them are here tonight, but if they are, they'll tell us. I think the rest of us are worried, though. The rest of us are concerned and stressed the fuck out. I'm not even here to tell jokes today, guys. I'm just trying to see who's cool with hiding me in their basement, if necessary. I'll do all the things I'm supposed to do when you're hiding a Jew. I'll keep a diary. But I'm stressed the fuck out, man. I'm reading the news every day. I'm losing my mind. And what I hate about this specific moment is that things are terrible and bad, but they're not so bad yet that we get to stop doing stuff. Like, I'm in my apartment looking at my phone like, oh shit, they fired everybody that's in charge of our nuclear weapons. Guess I gotta do the dishes. I think we're right there, though. My wife the other day was like, don't forget, we're seeing my parents in 2 months. And I was like, are we? I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm so stressed out. I got into a fight at the weed store. You know, they say that the best place to break your leg is at the hospital because that's where they fix it. For the same reason, the best place to get angry is at the weed store. Everybody that worked there was like, oh shit, this is what we've been training for. Hey, Starfire, Eternity. We got some negative vibes in the sativa section. I'm gonna need 10 milligrams of birthday cake gummies, stat. The fight was my fault, because I am too sensitive about politics these days. And the bud tender was explaining all the different weed strains to me. And you know how weed strains have silly names? It'll be like Purple Kush or Maui Wowie, stuff like that. This guy goes, this one we call Sleepy Joe. And we call it that because it gets you so high you forget where you are. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Does it also get you so high that you pass the first bipartisan infrastructure bill in over a decade? No, I'm asking. I'm curious about this weed strain. Does it also get you so high that you successfully negotiate paid sick days for the rail workers union? And he was like, did that happen? And I was like, yeah, it did happen, and nobody's fucking talking about it. I see you got Purple Kush, you got Jarret Kush. That's the one that gets you so high you sell our nuclear secrets to the Saudis for $2 billion. I could do this all day, buddy. You should have a strain called 34 felony counts. You should have a strain called Elon Musk has all our social security numbers and our banking information. At this point, they had tackled me and they were shoving gummies into my mouth. And I'm no longer welcome at that establishment. That was the first in-person political fight I'd ever gotten into. I used to get into a lot of online political fights. And I don't recommend doing that, but I did figure out how to win all those fights. Here's what you do. You find someone you disagree with, you go on their Facebook page, and you start the fight. And just really rile them up as best as you can. Just argue, back and forth, until it's like 50 comments deep. And then you delete all your comments. So now this guy's just having a psychotic argument with nobody. He's just on his own Facebook page going, you're a fucking asshole, you know that? And the next comment is him going, shut your mouth, you piece of shit. So I'm just worried, guys. I'm worried that society is collapsing. If it's not one thing, it's going to be fucking climate change at some point. And I know why climate change is still a problem. I know it's all, politics and stupidity and revenge. How revenge? I'm glad you asked. I think that some of climate change must have been caused by people that were mad at icebergs because the icebergs killed their parents on the Titanic. And so now they're getting revenge on icebergs. It's like a blood oath handed down from generation to generation. Old people on their deathbeds clutching their children's hands like, "You swear to me, Patricia. Swear to me you'll make the icebergs pay for what they did to your grandfather. Swear to me that you'll have me cremated so that my carbon can contribute to the melting of the icebergs." Revenge, my dear Patty. Revenge is a dish best served 2.5 degrees Celsius above the average global temperature. Do the oath with me now, Patty. Near, far, wherever you are. We will melt the icebergs. Melt the bastards. Patty, melt them all. If icebergs aren't evil, Patricia, then why does their name sound Jewish? I think we can assume that this character is anti-Semitic. I think that's a fair assumption for us to make. I'm worried, guys, because I'm, very political. Everybody knows where I stand politically, so I'm probably on a list they're going to send me to that fucking gulag in El Salvador. So I'm learning Spanish now just to be safe. And I know this is dumb, but the app that I'm using to teach me Spanish, it really bothers me when it will waste time teaching me a word that is the exact same in English as it is in Spanish. So the app will be like, "Como se dice tenis en español?" And I'm like, "Is it el tenis?" And the app's like, "Sí, muy impresivo. Como se dice piano en español? Is it el piano?" And the app is like, "Sí, eres muy inteligente." But what bothers me even more than that is when the app will teach me a word that we all already know. The app will be like, "Como se dice friend en español?" And I'm like, everybody knows that that's amigo. Every human being on the planet knows that that's... There are kids being born in China right now that know that friend in Spanish is amigo. Is it amigo? And the app is like, "Dios mío, sí! ¿Tú eres de México? ¿Por qué aprendes español aquí? Tú hablas español. Si tú hablas español, entonces tú hablas español." And I was like, I don't understand any of that. But I'm worried, guys. I'm worried about society collapsing. I'm worried about fascism. I'm worried about getting sent to El Salvador. Because I don't have the kind of body that survives in those situations. I require a lot of medical intervention. I got a lot of physical ailments. I know I look okay on the outside, but on the inside, I'm like a Tesla Cybertruck. Do you guys get that? I'll give you a quick rundown of all the things I got wrong with my body. I have got allergies, asthma, fatty liver disease, chronic gingivitis, acid reflux. Every Jewish person has acid reflux. I think that's why they call us acidic. I've got irritable bowel syndrome. I am constantly burping and farting. My wife's review of the movie A Quiet Place was that I'd be dead on the first day. I've also got insomnia. I have a real hard time falling asleep on account of how woke I am. I actually asked my doctor if I could get some Ambien for my insomnia, and my doctor was like, "Before you try Ambien, I think you should first try jerking off in your living room." That was my doctor's advice. He told me I should try jerking off in my living room. He didn't phrase it that way. He said I shouldn't use my computer in bed, but that's basically the same as telling me to jerk off in my living room. Had a lot of medical testing done to me. I have been poked and prodded and turned inside out. I have had an endoscopy, which is where they put a camera down your throat. I've had a colonoscopy, which is where they put a camera up your butt. And just recently, I had both of those tests done at the same time. So I've had a threesome. I got spit roasted by a couple of gastroenterologists. When you wake up from something like that, is it normal to see your doctor smoking a cigarette? Is that a regular thing? I got my results in the mail. It just said, "You up?" ? I've had a lot of medical testing done to me. There was a day when I got my testicles examined by 10 different doctors. I woke up one morning, my testicles hurt a little bit. And I was like, that's weird. So first thing I did, I took my computer into the living room just to see if that would fix whatever was wrong. You know? It didn't, so I went to the doctor. He felt my testicles a whole bunch. Then he called a friend of his in to feel my testicles as well. He called it a second opinion, but I'm skeptical because I heard him high-fiving afterwards. The doctor told me it's probably nothing, but if you want to be extra safe, you can go to the emergency room and get an ultrasound. And I was like, well, these are my testicles. I should be as safe as possible. I'll go to the emergency room. I thought this was going to be a quick thing, like pop in, scan balls, pop out. But I walked in there was like 1,000 people, everybody was running around screaming. They shoved me into a room, they put an IV in my arm, and then one by one, doctors started coming in and fondling my nuts. By the 9th doctor, I was like, hold on a second, you guys know that I'm here for an ultrasound, right? Not the boring part of a hand job, like you guys know that? That's in my chart, right? The 10th doctor is the one that eventually gave me the ultrasound. But I have to confess, guys, there was a lot going on that day. I am not confident that all 10 of those people were doctors. Because it's possible that someone was like, hey, there is a dude in room 302 who is letting anybody in scrubs touch his nuts. I'm trying to help. I'm trying my best. I'm doing everything I can. You know, my wife and I, we do a lot of charity. My wife signed us up for that website where you can sponsor a starving child in a third world nation. And she showed me, she was like, oh, look, they let you pick the child that you want to sponsor from a list of children. And I said, baby, if you don't just pick the first kid that you see, you are a fucking monster. Because that means that you looked at a list of starving children. And you were like, no, you can die. Don't make me pick a kid from a list of kids. What if somebody sees me doing that, just scrolling through kids on my phone? Like, no, smash, no. If you're like me, and you want to help, you see what's going on in the world, you see what's going on politically, and you want to help. There's a very frustrating divide right now between what's productive and what feels good. Because what's productive is convincing people to vote for better politicians. But what feels good is just saying, I told you so. I told you this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Why didn't you know this was going to happen? Is it because you're dumb or because you suck? You fucked around and now you're finding out, ain't you? That's what you're doing. You fucked around, now you're finding out. That's not productive, guys. It's not productive. I know we want to blame people and we want to rub their votes in their faces like a dog that took a shit in the kitchen. Like, look at what you did! But that's not productive. What's productive is talking to people in real life. What feels good is starting a fight on Facebook and then deleting all of your comments. Somebody ever says to you, the Democratic Party is owned by the billionaires. What's productive is saying, I know why you might feel that way, but it's actually not true. 75% of all billionaire donations go to Republican candidates. And Republicans repeatedly cut taxes for billionaires and cut regulations for their businesses in exchange for all that campaign money. That's productive. But what feels good is saying, oh my God, it's the Democrats that are owned by the billionaires. That explains why Joe Biden has more billionaires in his cabinet than any president in history. Oh wait, that's Donald Trump right now, you fucking idiots! Where did you hear that stupid fucking thing that you just said? I know you didn't read it in a book. Did you see it on Facebook? Owned by a billionaire. Did you see it on Twitter? Owned by a billionaire. Or did your sister tell you that while you were fucking her? That's not productive.
If your Uncle Dave says to you, both parties are the same, voting doesn't do anything, what's productive is saying, actually, Uncle Dave, voting is the most important thing. There are people alive today because of the Affordable Care Act, which was only possible because people voted for Democrats. And similarly, there are women today who are dead because of abortion bans that were only possible because people voted for Republicans. That's productive. But what feels good is looking your Uncle Dave right in the eye and knowing you are about to ruin Thanksgiving. And really, Uncle Dave? Both parties are the same? You know, you might be my dumbest fucking relative. You know that? It's shit like this is why Aunt Deb left you and took the kids. You're just so fucking dumb, man. You're so dumb you can't tell the difference between different things. Like, you couldn't tell the difference between your wife's pussy and the babysitters. You did that, pal. You stop crying, it's your fault. Both parties are the same. Elon Musk did a fucking Zig Heil on Inauguration Day and said what you want about Joe Biden. The dude hated Nazis. He fought in World War II, for Christ's sake. And he was too old back then to fight in World War II. He had to ask for a special waiver from FDR to fight in World War II. Luckily, they knew each other because they were roommates in college. So he went into his office and he said, "You listen to me, Frankie Beans." That was his nickname for FDR. He said, "You listen to me, Frankie Beans. You put me in that war right now." And FDR said, "But you're too old to fight in World War II, Joe Biden." And Joe Biden said, "That's fucking malarkey." That's not productive. And some of it is historically inaccurate.
In addition to all of my physical ailments, I was also a very nervous kid growing up. I was really scared of women when I was a young man, but it was not my fault. It was my sex ed teacher's fault, because she showed us that video of a child being born. But that's not even what freaked me out. What freaked me out was she accidentally put the video in at the end. And she made us watch while she rewound it. So as a young man, I got to watch a vagina eat a baby. I watched a vagina eat a baby feet first. Which is worse, to show you how confident that vagina was. The sex ed teacher was like, making love is when a man puts his penis in there. And I was like, I just watched that thing wolf down a baby. One bite, it didn't chew at all. That's how a python eats things. You want me to stick my dick where exactly? I had sex eventually. I thought I got to go pregnant when I was 16. That's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I was like, Jarret, you are 16 years old. You can't have a kid. You got to figure out how to convince this girl to, get rid of the baby. But I didn't know how to do that. I was just a kid. So I went to my dad. And I was like, Dad, I think I got this girl pregnant. How do I convince her to, get rid of the baby? And I'll never forget this as long as I live. My dad looked me right in the face. And he goes, Jarret, you are here on this earth because I don't know how to convince a woman to get rid of a baby. You guys have been awesome on Jarret Berenstein. Thank you so much.
You guys have been awesome on Jarret Berenstein. Thank you so much.
Jarret Berenstein, thank you so much. Jarret Berenstein, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. Jarret Berenstein, thank you so much.